About it is, right? They say, oh yeah, all she did, the mom knew, all she knew was that she was missing. Cap. From my knowledge and what I found out after the first video, her mom, her parents dropped her off at David's house. They used to eat and go out together, like a family type shit. So if y'all knew that y'all daughter was doing this shit with y'all need to, the cops need to lock the parents up too. Lock the parents up, lock the brother up, lock the fucking, lock all David friends up. They all knew about this shit. Lock all their asses up. That ass, they all need to fucking be crucified. They all need to get the death penalty. Like, this is sickening to the highest level. This is sick that we have people in this world like this. Come on, man.
The letters on her.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Chris, and I'm back with another video. So, we're gonna finish the David, the slip up that ended David. We're gonna finish it. This is the part 2. Um, yeah, I didn't finish it last time because it was too late, but it's 1:57 right now in the morning. I slept earlier, took a nap, so I'm good. I mean, you know, this puppies right here that I'm gonna be eating during this video. But yeah, let's get right into this banger.
Investigators worked the scene, David was mid-tour across the country. Officially, a spokesperson for David would confirm that he had been informed about the discovery and that he was cooperating fully with the police. What went overlooked at the time, however, was the 97 jersey that David wore on stage that night in Minneapolis, the very same numbers as Celeste's birth date, September the 7th. Ultimately, from here, it took the police more than a week to officially identify the body. However, even before they had their answer, chilling details were already spreading across sites like Reddit. In one post, one user claimed a 7th grade runaway from Lake Elsinore had apparently been living with David but hadn't been heard from in months. Meanwhile, another post labeled David a predator, claiming that he was apparently dating an 8th grader named C and had been paying off her friends to keep it a secret. Ultimately, the truth came out on September the 16th when police identified the body as 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez from Lake Elsinore.
We're in Lake Elsinore. That teenager, her name Celeste Rivas, she was 13 years old when she was last seen leaving this home back in April of 2024. TMZ broke the girl's identification after speaking to her mother.
It was a very heart-wrenching conversation. She was very upset and said that all she knew is that, her daughter had been missing all of this time. She told us that she was aware that there was a boyfriend named David.
And that her daughter had a tattoo with.
See, the thing about it is, right? They say, oh yeah, the mom knew, all she knew was that she was missing. Cap. From my knowledge and what I found out after the first video, her mom, her parents dropped her off at David's house. They used to eat and go out together, like a family type shit. So if y'all knew that y'all daughter was doing this shit with y'all need to, the cops need to lock the parents up too. Lock the parents up, lock the brother up, lock the fucking, lock all David friends up. They all knew about this shit. Lock all their asses up. That ass, they all need to fucking be crucified. They all need to get the death penalty. Like, this is sickening to the highest level. This is sick that we have people in this world like this. Come on, man.
The letters on her.
Look at this little ass girl. And they gonna say, the fucking witnesses, all the evidence and all that. Oh yeah, she showed us her ID. She was 18. She was do. Anybody in their right minds will know this is a little ass girl.
her right index finger.
That the color of the ink of that tattoo was red, which was something that police had not released to the public.
Right after that news broke, David would pull the plug on his remaining tour dates.
The LAPD is not calling the death criminal, saying in a statement that at this time, the agency does not have a crime classification from the coroner as to the mode or manner of death. Thus, we do not have any suspect information at this time. And right now, police have not said if they believe the singer David knew or ever had contact with the victim. We are just learning that his show scheduled for tonight in Seattle has now been canceled.
With all of this going on, as police were executing search warrants at his Hollywood Hills home, all while people online would follow along and piece together a disturbing timeline of abuse. According to alleged former Fortnite teammates, David actually met Celeste through playing Fortnite online in 2021, and she was apparently only 10, and he would later add her to his...
Bro. Only 10? Like I said in the last video, I think I said, what, she was 11? I was close. She was 10 when you met her on Fortnite? This nigga was out here on Fortnite getting kids. Bruh. This is beyond fucking disgusting.
private Discord. More disturbingly, that same person would recall Celeste dropping hints about the which the friend group apparently just brushed off as edgy humor. But within that Discord group, thousands of messages from 2021 would suggest that David's illegal relationship was basically an open secret in certain groups. But as David's fame grew, so did the red flags. And after signing with Interscope Records, fresh off the heels of his questionably titled hit song Romantic Homicide, a very strange pattern of coincidences begun to emerge.
In the back of my mind, I killed you. And I didn't even regret it.
I never liked this song in the fucking beginning. When this song dropped, I didn't like it in the beginning, and I sure don't like it now. Fuck you mean in the back of my mind I killed you, I didn't even regret it. What is wrong with you, stupid? You dead ass? In the last video, he said something about oh yeah, it feels good to put the murder in the music or whatever he said in the last video. That was an interview. Then now you got a song screaming, oh yeah, in the back of my mind, I killed you and I didn't even regret it. Come on, bro. Lock his ass up.
I can't believe
And give him the death penalty.
if I said it, but it's true. I hate you.
It's really more of a figurative I killed you, especially in the back of my mind. I try to stress that in the back of my mind. That's why I say it so loud. In the back of my mind, you died. In the back of my mind, I killed you. So it's all in the mind because that's the most secure place you can be is in your mind.
Crucially, the music video for David's Romantic Homicide would drop on September the 7th, the very same day as Celeste's birthday. Even more unsettling was the video itself, which depicted David
Not alone. You made a song about this little ass girl, about you killing her. Then you went on tour, you wore her jersey. You wore a jersey with her birthday on it. Then you dropped a song on her birthday? Come on, bruh.
murdering a girl who looked eerily similar to Celeste. And over the next several years, David repeatedly hired actresses who were doppelgangers for the young girl. At the same time, he would frequently time his song launches to coincide with her birthdays. Eventually, his career would take him from Texas to Los Angeles in early 2023, and then suddenly David was living within a short driving distance of Celeste Lake Elsinore. Soon after this, her family's missing persons report began to align perfectly with the dates that she began appearing in photos with the singer. However, what made matters worse was that the network surrounding David had allegedly supported supported their relationship. From here, online sleuths would dig deeper into the timeline, uncovering evidence that suggested that David's inner circle may well have known about Celeste all along. Dating back to February 2024, messages would show David's friend Asia Collins discussing the missing persons poster with Celeste's cousin, specifically being told that Celeste was 13 years old at the time. During this exchange, Asia identified the girl on the flyer as David's girlfriend. By June 2024, photos from David's sold-out show at the Fonda Theatre appeared to show the victim Celeste in the VIP section near Josh Marshall, the CEO of Mogul Vision, David's management company. In those same images, Celeste also appears to be seated between David's mother and brother, showing that even the family were aware of David's.
Let's see what the fuck I'm talking about. Let's see what the fuck I'm talking about. I just said this shit. Lock the parents up. I just said this shit. The parents knew exactly where the fuck she was. She wasn't missing.
Connection with her, and beyond the VIP section, another video would capture Celeste walking backstage alongside David's own brother. But despite her constant presence, Celeste wouldn't be found in any of the official event photography, which would lead me to believe, in my opinion, was that she was very much someone that was kept around, but also kept a secret and out of the way of the cameras. And while those earlier sightings showed just how deeply David had affected Celeste's world, what would come next would be a series of hints that appeared to reveal exactly why and how he planned to end Celeste's life. Pretty much as soon as Celeste's body was found, her murder case was buried in a near total blackout of information. Authorities would say very little, but while the police were quiet, online communities, reporters, and private investigators like Steve Fisher would begin piecing the story together themselves. Once David was eventually arrested, the criminal complaint, autopsy findings, and private photos would finally start filling in the gaps as to exactly what had gone down between this couple. By the summer of 2024, photos would appear to show David and Celeste together in public, with Celeste wearing what looked like an engagement ring with a David tattoo on her finger. Around that same time, David would also appear with a tattoo on his finger that read "Shush," apparently matching one found on Celeste's body, and clearly a reference to whatever they had going on being a dark secret. Soon after this, videos and photos would circulate suggesting that Celeste had actually been staying in a house near David's own Beverly Hills mansion.
Why are you doing this, yo?
Another secret property where the two would one night make the inexplicable decision to go on a live stream together.
I media trained you. That's controversial.
It's controversial of kids.
Really?
Lock him up. Lock him up. That right there alone should have gave y'all proof to arrest this nigga.
To go on a live stream together.
I media trained you. That's controversial.
It's controversial of kids.
Really good.
Okay,
It's been a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh my. Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes. Everything goes.
Didn't you tell in the chat or whatever your moderator to delete everything? Well, come on, man.
Then, by early September of 2024, despite reportedly being a missing person, Celeste would seemingly go home, where she was captured on a neighbor's Nest camera outside of her family home the day after her birthday. But by early December, the story would take another dark turn. Messages later released by someone close to Celeste would claim that David had deleted all photos of the two of them from social media, while Celeste allegedly said that the relationship was over. But just weeks later, David would be photographed back in Lake Elsinore, less than a mile from Celeste's family home, apparently handing money to a teenager in a moment that some saw as an extortion attempt, while others described as an effort of David to buy silence from the local teenagers that knew about the relationship. Then, as 2024 came to a close, private investigator Steve Fisher, who was hired by the owner of the property David was living in when this murder happened, would claim that David would actually be seen together with Celeste once again in photos that he found in David's home. These photos would allegedly place them in downtown Los Angeles, and one image would show David holding a knife. Then the next night, more images were taken that appeared to show Celeste around David and his friends on New Year's Eve. After that, the trail led to a camp in the Angeles National Forest before ending in Baldwin Hills in what became one of the last publicly released photos of Celeste alive. In hindsight, this period of a few days in remote locations would strike many people as something much more suspicious than just a fun outing to the woods. But from
This nigga took this little ass girl to the woods, took her final picture, posted that shit, and was never seen again. Fucking sickening. Fucking sickening, bro, that we got people like this.
There, things would only get worse as David kept on releasing new music into 2025 after the last known pictures of Celeste alive were taken. The video for the track One More Dance, which was a song that David said was all about having one more dance with somebody before they leave you forever, creating even more suspicion amongst followers. And in the music video, David appears in a blood-covered shirt, dragging a body to a trunk with the help of 2 other people before the figure is eventually buried alongside a camera. By the following month, the gap between David's public rollout and Celeste's eventual murder was starting to look suspiciously coincidental. He would announce that his Withered album would be dropping on April the 25th, 2025, which is just 2 days after the date that prosecutors claimed that Celeste was murdered. And so over this period of time, David would continue promoting his project and himself, particularly posting a lot of things that featured the Hello Kitty characters, something that is now deeply unsettling when you know that Hello Kitty was one of Celeste's favorite brands. But it wasn't just David. Around the start of March, one of his acquaintances, TikToker Chase Keith, would upload a short film called Buzzkill about a dinner date that turns into a murder and dismemberment. And right from the opening shots, the film would show Chase Keith dragging a body in a black bag to a plastic-covered room where it would be dismembered with a knife, including close-ups of the fingers being cut off, a scene that would apparently be eerily similar to Celeste's own dismemberment, with even her fingers being cut off too. But not long after this, there would be more clues that Celeste would be out the picture. The lease on the Doheny Drive property where she was allegedly staying was suddenly terminated, and after that, her whereabouts became impossible to track. Even so, signs of Celeste still appeared around David, including a handbag matching one she'd been seen with before, popping up in the background of one of David's TikToks. Meanwhile, in the lead up to the alleged murder, David was still moving through public life as if nothing had happened. He performed and attended at Coachella alongside several of his friends while his album rollout continued in full view. And then came the day of the alleged murder, April 23, 2025. According to the charging document, that was the very day that prosecutors say that David lured Celeste to his Hollywood Hills home and murdered her.
On April 23, 2025, as been alleged by the complaint, Celeste, a 14-year-old at that time, went to Mr. Burke's house in the Hollywood Hills. She was never heard from again.
Behind the closed doors of his mansion, the rising star allegedly faced a difficult choice between his skyrocketing career as a pop singer and the 14-year-old girl who could end his life if she decided to speak out against him.
Special circumstance being that this murder was committed for financial gain. As the evidence will show in court, the financial gain was for Mr. Burke to maintain his very lucrative musical career that Celeste was threatening on that particular night.
Allegedly driven by the belief that Celeste would expose his illegal relationship with him.
Is murdering a witness to an investigation. In this particular case, as the evidence will come out in court, the witness to the investigation was Celeste. And the investigation was into the lewd and lascivious sexual acts committed by Mr. Burke with Celeste while she was under 14 years old.
David reportedly
10, not 14, 10.
Used a sharp object after luring her to the property, inflicting multiple wounds to her torso, including a fatal strike to her liver. So if the prosecution's timeline is correct, then the days immediately after April 23rd only make David look more deranged, because while prosecutors allege that Celeste had arrived at David's rented Hollywood Hills home that evening and was never heard from again, after her life ended, David's public life would appear to move forward as if nothing had happened. The very same day, he was back to promoting his career, announcing the pre-sale for his Withered World Tour. Then, the day after the alleged murder, on April the 24th, his management held a Withered album release party in Los Angeles that David attended in person. The very next day, just as planned months earlier, the Withered album would officially drop, with David popping out in New York just 2 days after the alleged murder, meeting fans, taking group photos, and performing in public. It would be there that he debuted the track Afterlife live for the first time, and during that performance, David visibly broke down crying in the middle of the song and couldn't finish it. On its own, that might have just looked like another emotional moment from an emo singer during a high-pressure album.
Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Now you break down when you singing the song after. Fuck all that shit.
But perhaps most disturbingly of all, several tracks on the Withered album featured what many believe to be recordings of Celeste's own voice.
Yeah, why do you think we met? where I think personally, have you ever heard of the invisible string theory?
Oh yeah.
Exactly that. So basically, we met because we were supposed to meet.
Okay.
And we're connected because we're supposed to be connected. It's kind of like that, I loved you before I existed and I'll love you even when I die.
Word.
Yes.
Word. Okay.
But yeah, it's weird, it's strange, it's unpredictable.
Yeah.
So don't leave me.
Then, less than a week after the alleged killing, David would be seen in interviews discussing how the person who introduced him to the invisible string theory that Celeste talks about on the skit was no longer in his life anymore.
It's kind of explaining from my perspective how it was taught to me, because that's a real conversation that happened. And the irony of it was that person that was saying, I love you, she's not in my life anymore. So it's like, people say that the string can't be cut and the connection cannot be severed, but I feel like it can sometimes. And that's why I wanted to put, Afterlife and all these songs that feel like endings and conclusions and goodbyes on the project to kind of solidify that message of this is the end of something, not the beginning.
From here, David would continue to subtly drop hints about the end of his relationship during other interviews.
It was just the most beautiful thing, and it's such a poetic thing to kind of be able to kind of take somebody's life and put that in a song.
But in the lead up to the alleged
that's the shit I was talking about in the beginning of the video.
Dismemberment, which happened over a week after the alleged murder, something else was happening in the very same Discord server that David had once invited Celeste into. According to Discord logs, David repeatedly spammed the word decay in the chat, and by May the 5th, 2025, this was the date prosecutors alleged that Celeste's body was actually cut and dismembered. The dismemberment itself was described as bilateral, with both her arms and legs being systemically separated from her torso before being packed into 2 trash bags that were also found in the Tesla's front trunk. According to the unsealed findings, investigators discovered multiple blue plastic fragments embedded directly into the surfaces of Celeste's limbs, with forensic experts suggesting that these fragments likely came from the tool that was used to carry out the dismemberment.
That's bruh. Bruh. Oh yeah, y'all. I don't know if I'm gonna do part 3, or maybe not, because it's almost at the end anyway. I think y'all gets the jits by now. But yeah, hope y'all enjoy. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know. Y'all give me some ideas what to react to. Feel me? I know what I want to react to, but I want to know what y'all want me to react to. You feel me? But yeah, it's your boy Chris, and I'm out, y'all.
Nigga, send that nigga to the Lord. That nigga Cairo kept on dissing his body in the morgue. Hop out with sun shots, we gon' wipe the whole floor. Like the kid in the crib, we bring the murder to his door. I'm so slimy, backdoor, can't even backdoor. Look at me to switch my finger itching.